So, welcome back. I'm just chilling outside, so now we're chilling together. Over the last few days, the word familial debt has been stuck in my brain for so long. Like, it's just been gnawing at me. And I was like, okay, I'm not paying any money off a family. Like, what does familial debt mean? And obviously, the connotation is pretty simple. It's familial debt. But in my case, I took it as an opportunity to actually delve in a little bit deeper as to what it means for me, because why am I thinking about it? I mean, I don't even use the word familial, if that makes sense. Like, whoever does, who even does that? Anyway, so I was trying to figure out exactly what that meant for me and how I could, use it, because it's probably there for a reason. And I realized that I was paying familial debt my entire life. Well, not my entire life, most part of my life. And what that entailed was me giving up a majority of who I was as a person just to be able to please someone else. So familial debt for me is not money. It's not money at all. But it can break you like money can. Like, if you're in debt and you have assets and they amount to something, then it's great debt. It's good debt to have. Those are the kinds of things that we want to keep. But I'm referring to the kind of debt that you can never get out of. Like, you climb and you climb and you climb, and at the top of it, you just fall back down because it's never going to end. And for me, that was familial debt. And what that looked like is, as you grow up, you're always taught that family is the only thing that you need to care about. Like, blood is thicker than water. You need to stick to family. And for the most part, a lot of people might have great families, but not everybody does, realistically. Not everybody has a great family. And sometimes sticking on to family, could bring you down. So it's always the company you keep. But because it is such a taboo topic, because it's family, a lot of people don't tend to step away. I personally, for the longest time, clung on to everything that was my family, because that's all I knew technically, and I felt like they were the only people that knew me and would tell me the truth and really loved me. And at 100%, like, I'm not saying that they did not love me, but at some point I think I based who I am a lot on what they were perceiving from my side, because I was a people pleaser and always needed to ensure that everybody loves me, and if they didn't, I freaked the fuck out. And for that reason, I molded myself a lot to whatever they were saying. So I dealt with a lot of negativity. That really took a toll on me as well. But obviously, we just got funny for it. So incoming comedian. But in that sense, like, I always used to, like, it used to make me feel bad, but I would stick around and then also try like double as hard to please them because they weren't pleased, so that I could feel love. And, dudes, wait, ooh, ladybug. Sorry, totally off topic. So that I could feel loved. And what I did, sorry, I'm actually just looking for this ladybug right now. It's not coming. Yay. Ladybug. Ooh. Anyway, now that I found the ladybug, what it meant for me to step away was actually legit ending up in therapy and going absolutely just crashing out. And I say to my therapist, like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to live. And that was very dramatic. It's not actually what I meant. And we came down to two things that were causing stress factors, and in my case it was family. And 100%, again, this is not for everyone. I'm not trying to bash anyone. This is literally just real life experience and what I've experienced, because I thought a lot about it and how life has changed since then. And it does. Like, life changes so much when you start making decisions for yourself and not for other people. Anyway, ended up in her chair, cried my heart out, and then she gave me an exercise to do to try and identify, like, who I actually am, who I'm not, and who from the family side, people made me out to be. So characteristics and stuff as well. When I did that, I realized that I'm not my own person. Like, I'm not my own person based on many factors. It wasn't just family, it was everyone. Like, the need for me to please someone was so great that I wasn't a person anymore. And if I didn't please someone, I would literally, like, hunt, kill anyone else to be able to please them, just so that they could love me, because that meant I felt rewarded, and I felt not rewarded but enough. Like, I felt like I was enough. And that also made me take a lot of L's on the fucking chin. Like, dude, the amount of L's that I've taken due to family was crazy. And I just took them all as my own. It was my own fault. I did that. But there was so many things that accumulated over time that I couldn't take it anymore. Like, I could not take the mental torture that it took to be able to, go there with a smile and be like, oh, everything's fine, but then in the back of my head still know what's going on. And in 2020, I just stepped away. 2020 was the worst year of my life in many. Okay, there were a lot of bad, times in life, but I think overall 2020 was probably one of the craziest years. Obviously, I think also a lot of people's lives, but 2020 really killed it for me. And in 2020, I was like, you know what, I'm done. And I stepped back out of pretty much the closest family that I knew, everyone like that I would call really, really close. And I was just like, I'm done. And the reason actually wasn't even because of the family specifically, it was because of an outside source, and they just like kind of, stuck to the outside source. Therefore, I was out, and I died for so many months, dude, crying every single day because, again, nobody loves me. And I was like, why am I doing this? And I realized it's because I didn't love myself. So over that time that I spent apart from them, my dad was overseas still. He was still alive. In 2020, my dad was overseas. I had technically no family here. I was also getting rid of so many friends of mine because of the same reason. And I kind of still had ties, and they still kind of forced me to go here and there. And I said yes. And when my dad came to visit, spent some time together. When my dad died in 2023, that was the last. Like in my brain, that entire chapter is now closed. Like I am now an individual person. I don't have any family related to them because I refuse to. And I feel free. It was a lot of work personally. It takes a lot to be able to set boundaries, to be able to tell yourself that you're not a bad person. Because if you're constantly trying to please other people, finally doing something for yourself, like really for yourself and for your own benefit, feels like hell, because it goes against everything you've been built on. Like, it is still taking me time to be able to identify that I can still do stuff for myself. Like, I don't have to please other people. And as arrogant as it's going to sound, at the end of the day, really, really the important thing is what you think about yourself, how you love yourself, and also you. Because if you're not here, then none of this would matter. Like, if you're not living the life, then none of it will matter. So you have to do stuff for yourself. And since I've stepped away, I would say my entire life crashed. Like, I lost everything. I had to move into this small little apartment. Like, I had nothing. Literally, pretty much nothing when I started in 2020. It's been 5 years. And now I have a life that I couldn't even imagine. Like, I legit have said things like 5 years ago that I was like, that's going to happen for me. And due to a shit, it's happened. I'm living literally a life that in my entire 31 years currently of like dreaming, I could have even dreamed it up. Like, there was like everything that I dreamed of, this is so much better. And none of it would have started if I didn't step away. Because once you step away from things that take everything in you, you have energy for other stuff. You have energy to, plant seeds somewhere else, make new friends, make new connections, just live a different life. And once I did that, it opened up the world. Like, I cannot even explain how much different life has been because I've taken a step back. And also, it took a really long time for my mental health to come along, because there was a lot of chips on my shoulder. Like, I still had to raw dog a lot of emotions, because with that comes guilt and shame. And, just like wanting to call them back, like call your ex back and say, I'm so sorry. There were so many days where I was like, I'm going to do that. And if I did, I still wouldn't have been where I am now. Like, I wouldn't have the opportunities. I wouldn't be living the life that I'm living now. 100% fuck, I would not. And that's why when sometimes the most difficult decision is the right one, we just have to be really, really courageous to make them and tell ourselves that it's okay. Because I would have killed anyone for one of the family members around me, but I would have put myself up first to be killed if it was them. And then I realized one day, if we had to stand gun to gun, face to face, they would shoot me so fucking fast and I'd be dead. So what am I doing? And honestly, if you're still here, well, congratulations, because I don't even know how you've listened to me for so long. But if you are, it means that something in this resonated, and this would be your sign just to take stock of what you have, how you can get out of it. Because sometimes, like, I personally was still staying with family when I had to leave, and that really did cause a little bit of a hiccup, because then there's a lot of things to arrange. But in the safest, easiest way possible, try and get some distance, just so that you're able to identify what exactly is the problem. Like, is it you, is it them, where it's coming from? Because if you continue paying the debt, you're going to pay it for the rest the rest of your life. Like, it's not a debt that ever stops unless you're in the ground. So if it's anything, just learn from my advice. Don't wait until it's too late. Step away now. Just tell them, cheers, bitches, I'm out. That's all for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks a lot for listening, to the one person that listens. Cheers.